I have a headache, but I have to do this review. Let's go. Hello and welcome to a SmurDP video, and we are looking at Go-Go Power Rangers issue 13. So why Mighty Morphin Power Rangers now goes in a different direction with the Lost Rangers. We in the Go-Go Power Rangers still have the original Power Rangers, and they're still kind of bonding as a team. So in some ways I like this series. I like this series better than the Mighty Morphin, if that makes sense. It felt like there was more not mistakes. It felt like it grew gradually. Do you know what I mean? They were learning their powers. They were learning to work together. They were learning to drive their Zords, etc. And that's what I really liked. So the character-driven part of this series has always been a real bonus for me. So in terms of the cover, we got a very, very cool cover. So we got Rita, Goldar, some putties there. And then on the side, you've got some Power Ranger helmets. And then you've got the Megazord in the middle in what looks like a kind of cog, I guess is the word. So let's get into this series. I'm so looking forward to which direction they're going to go into as well. Okay, so we got the usual flashback, and I always dig the flashbacks because it shows the Rangers when they're perhaps a bit younger and what they were like. So Zackman was clearly king of dodgeball until Mr. Cook came along and almost took his head off. Right, so jumping on to the first page, and it looks like we got a Pudgy Pig. This is, I can't remember if this is probably the first time we've actually seen a kind of mainstream baddie in the actual series, which is pretty cool. However, this Pudgy Pig is a bit more brutal and decides that he's going to actually eat the Rangers, which is a step up from what we had in the cartoon. And they form the Power Blaster. So you know what's going to happen next, and what happened in the show. Apart from the whole I'm going to eat you bit. Boom. Okay, I dig Billy pointing out we should use that weapon more often. Instead of just, I guess, relying on the bad guy going big. But that's what used to happen. They used to form this blaster. They shoot the bad guy, and then Rita would make it big. And they would need Megazord power. And Zach cracking out some jokes. Anyone fancy some bacon? I had some this morning. I'm pretty cool. Now this feels like very familiar territory. These guys not wanting to tell Rita in case she gets a headache. And pretty much Rita knows what's happened because she left it in their capable hands. And she's ready for the next plan to happen. Okay, the life as a teenager. We catch Trini agonizing over what to wear. And her hair is different, completely different. In the show it was always long. And this, she has cut it. Who was she trying to impress? I wonder. The mum knows straight away what's going on. She knows that Trini's likes a boy. And she's saying if you let him see you, then things are going to happen. Now this is great. Here's the rad bug. You got to remember Billy was always a geek, so why on earth did he have a rad bug that could fly? So obviously the science bit and the flying bit makes sense, but this is pretty cool how they fit this bit into the series. That his dad's got it for him so that they could clearly do it up together. Okay, so Jason has changed his training schedule. He's no longer at the juice bar so much. And we know what that means. His dad's not well. We discovered over the Shattered Grid. So clearly he's got a lot of stuff at home that he's trying to help with. And that's where his main focus is. And that's a good thing. A young lad stepping up when his dad's sick, that shows him taking on more responsibility and growing into the man that he becomes. Okay, meanwhile, Rita has arrived on Earth, and she basically says she never wanted to do that until she had conquered it. But this planet's given her so much trouble that she kind of has to achieve whatever her goal is. So she knows the Rangers are going to arrive soon, and she has to keep the door open, so it's up to Goldar to keep them occupied with the super putties. Okay, meanwhile, Zach is planning a date for Violet. A very adventurous date, which involves Alpha teleporting the car to Hawaii. That's not going to happen because you do not use your powers for personal gain. Or Zordon will tell you off. Meanwhile, Matt arrives and the guys really, they want to speak to him. and he's just like, nope, I'm gonna walk back. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that carries on developing. I hope it develops in sync more than just a weird best mate thing going on. Okay, but Kimberly pretty much thinks it's better this way, that he isn't their friend, and then they can just move on. Meanwhile, Zordon contacts the Rangers as readers on Earth, as we knew was going to happen. So it's morphin time. Carlini gives us a fantastic page. They're morphing at the top and becoming Power Rangers at the bottom, which is pretty darn awesome. I love art like this. Pretty spectacular. Oh, spectacular. Damn it, say your words correctly. Kimberly's pretty disgusted with readers attacking Family Day. Maybe not the clowns. She's not a fan of clowns, clearly. Meanwhile, Goldar and Bamboo, well, Goldar gets run over, which is pretty cool, as the Rangers enjoy that moment. Okay, so pretty much if you can't win by making monsters, etc., Rita has been saving a Mega Putty, which is kind of unique. Now, I kind of got an inkling in my head about the show where they were talking about more powerful putties, and it never really came to anything, if I remember correctly. So maybe this was what that was perhaps meant to lead to. So, but it's pretty cool, pretty massive, pretty interesting. Seems a bit of a cop-out when, you know, I think she can do better, but hey-ho, it's something different. But of course, the Mega Putty was pretty much just a distraction so that Rita could gain entry through here. So pretty much it's, guys, go guard the palace. I'll be back. I do dig the fact that Vincent clearly values his putties. They're not just clay creations to him. And like usual vacuums, it all goes wrong. The Super Putty actually grabs onto Jason and Trini. And this is where you can feel their love tonight. Bad singing, not good. Not good, they actually said now it. Finally, Bamboo and Squat get some actual screen time. And Bamboo is worried about the whole, there'll be consequences when I'm back. and pretty much Bamboo's just like, hey, she was talking to the Rangers, not us. But he's kind of panicking that, hey, maybe she was talking about us. So this is quite a cool moment. Many that we do not see enough of, in my opinion. We see a lot of Goldar, we see a lot of Rita, but not enough of these two. So I would like to see more of them and what they can do, because I think they can do more than obviously what they did in the original cartoon. And we've seen in flashbacks how powerful Bamboo was. Now this is the most interesting bit of the book. So remember when Billy and Kimberly switched bodies? Well, these guys have switched powers. It's interesting. I also dig the fact that they are on some weird alien planet. Jason pretty much says, you might as well stop yelling. And we may bring a crowd. And they do. Some alien creatures. Okay, what a brilliant start to this new era of Go-Go Power Rangers. You know, they touched on some very classic moments. They showed us some team moments, which they do really well. And then they showed us Rita taking it to a whole new different level and a new direction in whatever she's scheming. And then the Trini and Jason, their powers transfer them between each other, which is absolutely crazy. And then they're attacked by aliens. You know, what a killer ending to this issue. And I'm really excited for the next one. So, if you haven't grabbed this, I suggest you do. Power Rangers seems to be in big demand. I know number 32. In fact, mine hasn't come yet because so many people are buying this series and loving this series that they're actually doing a second run. So I don't know if mine's on the second run or whether I'm on a first run or what, or whether it's just been delayed. But I'm hoping to get that soon. So definitely I recommend Go-Go Power Rangers if you still want to see some classic Power Ranger stories. And Mighty Morphin Power Rangers if you want to see something completely different. But this series is going in a fantastic direction. I'm very happy.